Okay, so I wanted to respond directly to this comment. She's talking about Pombagira, Maria Padilla, the video that I did about that. Is this a closed practice or can I call out to her? I'm Colombian and Puerto Rican if that matters. Okay, so it's a little complicated, right? So if we're talking about the OG, the original Maria Padilla, the mistress of the King of Spain, right, who is invoked in Iberian, Spanish and Portuguese witchcraft since the Middle Ages, right, as the wife of Lucifer, and she's invoked with Barabbas, right, the thief that was let go instead of Jesus, or the rebel leader. Then no, right, because she's kind of like the witch queen in that respect, right? But if we're talking about Pombagira Maria Pagia, something different, right? And as I explained in the various videos, Pombagira is a entity that originates from the Congo, right? And was brought over to Brazil and then mixed with the European witchcraft and the indigenous, right? We even have some sigils like from things from like the grimoires of the magicians at the time. So it's like a little bit of a fusion, right? Now, the part where it gets tricky, right, is working with her or any of the Eshus and Pombagiras. And I'm not talking about Eshu like Eshu Elegbara, the Orisha, right, that my Cuban Puerto Rican cousins in Lucumi called Elegua, right? That's different, right? Where these are elevated ancestral spirits, right? So they can be very volatile, right? They are on their own path of evolution and ascension, just like us. So you have to be careful, right? But also, I think this is a rule, and I see that you're a spiritualist too. Like, you need to find out specifically if an entity is walking with you, if it's part of your spiritual court, if it's part of your spiritual guides, right? Because if it's not, you're just inserting something in that does not necessarily belong or fit in and may cause conflict with other entities, right? So I'll use an example. I had a client that came to me and, she's like, I've been drawn to Pombagira. And then it turned out to be a totally, completely different entity that was similar, right? So it's always good to check, someone that is initiated either in Candomblé or Umbanda, or Kimbanda, any of the Afro-Brazilian religions that work with Pombagira, that cultivate her, to check. I noticed that you're in New York, so you can certainly reach out to me. I'm in Queens. If that is something you're interested, again, I offer my services, but I don't force it upon anyone because, you go where your spirits lead you to go, right? So I would be careful. And also, because you did mention the Puerto Rican side, there are entities in Puerto Rican Espiritismo, right, that kind of are similar to Pombagira. So it may actually be them that's reaching out to you and not her. So you need to take the time. You need to get an appropriate reading, either from, someone on that side that, practices Spiritism, determine no, this is not Pombagira. This is actually an Anima Sola or something like some commission like that, right? Or you go to someone like me or someone that practices something similar, right, that you trust, and okay, yes, I can confirm through divination that this is a Pombagira that you're with, right? So again, just like in any of these traditions, divination is, I cannot stress this enough, divination is key, right? Divination, confirmation, or attending, ceremonies, right, that are open to the public, right? And so forth. So, and that's how you find out, because sometimes the spirits themselves directly will tell you and call you out, yeah, no, I walk with you, it has been said. But the only way to find out is to directly go to the practice, we all need guidance. Even myself, I've been initiated 21 years and I still have a godfather. I still have a Pai de Santo that I go to, right? Because these religions are, and I cannot stress this enough again, they're community based. They're not individually based, right? Which is more like the Western model. The more African indigenous model, or traditional Asian cultures, is community, right? It's a we, not an I. But I hope this helps, and you could certainly DM me or reach out to me, and if you are interested, I can confirm if she's with you, or if you go to the Espiritismo side and confirm that it's not her, it's something else. whichever you're comfortable with. But I wish you luck on your spiritual journey.